the department versus Zawadi Alonia. We are here today on a compliance hearing, and this is in the interest of Faith Ramadani, Queenie Ramadani, Aramasi Ramadani, Alex Nima, and Shungwarlimia Valley. Okay, my apologies about my pronunciation. I'm sorry if I've messed all that up. All right, we'll go ahead and take announcements.
Morning, Your Honor. Counsel Gene Graff on behalf of our standing in for Jared Miller. And we have Nadia Jeter from the department present and ready to proceed.
J.C. Grant on behalf of Eloni Zwahadi, and I'm present and so is my client.
Stacy Zavala on behalf of the children.
Okay, Ms. Grant, I hope you're feeling better. You still sound a little under the weather.
I feel okay. I just can't get the voice back.
Well, hopefully that will return soon. Glad you're feeling better. Okay, so let's see, Mr. Graff, who's gonna testify for us today? Ms. Jeter?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Ms. Jeter, if you'll unmute your device for me and raise your right hand. You solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you'll give will be the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, I'm going to let you go ahead and just give us a report, and then we'll see if anyone's got questions for you.
Yes, ma'am. I will speak in short sentences or short conversations, so that way Eve can interpret. Eve is the department's interpreter for Ms. Zawadi.
Okay.
Okay, so the department came into this case due to violence against Violet by Juma, and also due to the abuse of Violet, the alleged abuse of Violet and Alex against Zawadi and Juma. So far for this case, Juma has been taken out of the home. Go ahead,
Okay.
Eve.
I don't see anybody interpreting.
Eve.
So anasema hii kesi imeletwa juu ya magomvi yenye mmekuwa naye na bwanako na Violet.
Haya makesi wenye ugomvi ni kesi ya Ramadhani ya Violet, sio kesi yangu. Maana
So Eve, let her know that right now I'm just going to go over what the case is about, and then the judge will let her talk later, okay?
Okay, so atakwambia.
No problem. Okay, so right now you're just going to interpret everything that I say.
Okay.
So those were the concerns, ma'am. As of right now, Juma is still out of the home. There is a safety plan in place which keeps Juma out of the home, and Ms. Zawadi is complying with the safety plan.
So kwa sasa Juma ametolewa kwa nyumba na wameweka plan ya itabaki hivyo.
Okay. Zawadi has been taking parenting classes. She's also been doing therapy with the community resources. And also she's been taking Alex to her therapy appointments and probation.
Can you repeat that? Sorry.
So let her know. So I'm letting the court know that Ms. Zawadi has been completing her parenting classes with Ms. Athena, her therapy classes, and also taking Alex to her therapy classes and probation.
Yeah, so anasema madarasa yote ya counseling imeshafanyiwa na Alex amekuwa akichukuliwa kwa counseling.
Okay. Prior, at the start of the case, the police were being called out numerous times per month. The police were called out, I think, twice during the month of January, and they've had 0 call-outs during the month of February, which is
Ms. Jeter?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but you're really giving us a lot of sentences and a lot for her to interpret. Let's do one sentence at a time so she can make sure we're accurately getting this interpreted.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
So there's a decrease in police calls.
Kumekuwa na upungufu wa kuita polisi.
There's a decrease in arrests.
Kumekuwa na upungufu wa mtu kushikwa na polisi.
However, Zawadi does still have to work on her understanding of the laws.
na pia Zawadi amekuwa akijisaidia kuelewa vile sheria inafanyika.
Since the start of the case, Violet has also started her therapy and is attending probation appointments.
Zawadi amekuwa akifanya madarasa zake na amekuwa akiona probation officer wake.
The only thing we have to let the court know is Ms. Zawadi still does not want Violet in the home, and the department is working to remove Violet so that we can get her into a program versus putting the child into foster care. And that program is Job Corps.
So wamekuwa kenye wametaka kufanya ni kujaribu kutoa Violet kutoka kwa hii nyumba na kumweka kwa programs ya kumtafutia kazi.
The paperwork has already been completed and we are just waiting for her to be accepted. And we've also started getting her into Amarillo College so she can complete her GED.
Makaratasi zishafanywa ya kumweka kwa hiyo program na pia kumtafutia kazi shule ya kwenda kufanya inaitwa Kumbaru.
And that is my update on the case, ma'am.
Na hiyo ndio ni Kenya wako nayo kwa kesi.
All right, other children are doing fine?
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry. Queenie, Adamasi, and Faith are all thriving. The Queenie and I'm sorry. So let her know that.
Oh, Queenie na Almasi anasema Queenie na Almasi wanaendelea vizuri.
Yeah, wanaendelea vizuri ila wanamtaka baba yao.
Yeah, and his statement.
So I dropped off school supplies for the older children and I'm going to start working with the schools for the classes that Adamasi is struggling in.
So anawajulisha tu vile ameshaleta amewaletea vitabu na kusaidia Queenie kuendelea vizuri kwa shule. Anajulisha kotini.
But the parenting partner that we work with is also helping mom so that she can apply her parenting classes to the younger 3 kids.
Can you repeat that?
Athena, who is the community partner, the parenting course, is also working with Ms. Zawadi so that she can apply, so she can work with the younger kids, parent the younger kids.
So anasema Athena amekuwa akifanya madarasa ya kukuwa mzazi na wewe na kusaidia watoto.
And
Okay.
that's it, ma'am.
All right, thank you. Ms. Grant, do you have any questions?
No questions, Your Honor.
Anything to add today?
Your Honor, due to the language barrier, I would just like to have the interpreter ask Eloni if she would like to tell the judge anything today.
Ungependa kuambia jaji kitu yoyote leo?
Yeah, nataka niongee naye kwani nina mengi sana.
She says she has a lot to say.
Okay, I'm going to allow her to speak right now, but she needs to, one sentence, you interpret for us, then another sentence, you interpret, okay?
Okay, so utakuwa unaongea sentensi moja alafu unasema usiongee vitu vingi.
Mwambie mheshimiwa jaji anisaidie kwanza, samahani kwa kuwa nimemsemesha, anisaidie kwani Ramadhani ndo analipa nyumba. Sasa ikiendelea hivyo mimi situmiki nachunga watoto ndakuwa wanani.
She's saying that she needs help with her situation because is it Ramadan? He's been the one paying all her bills, so she wants to know how she's gonna get help with that.
Which bills is she asking about?
Unauliza bill gani?
Analipa nyumba na mabili.
It seems like he pays all the bills. That's what she said.
And has he stopped paying all bills during this case?
Ameacha kulipa.
Amesema kama hatarudi kwenye familia anasimamisha kulipa, hawezi akalipa, na wakati Yika analipa, Yika anaishi ndani ya familia hii.
Okay, so she says that he says the only way he's gonna be paying those bills is if he is allowed to come back home. But if not, then he's not gonna pay anything. He's not gonna help with anything.
Okay.
Tena kingine mimi situmiki, wanajua nalea watoto na yeye ndiye alikuwa akilipa nyumba na yeye ndiye ninayetumikisha gari yake hivyo.
So she's saying that she does not work. She's just been the one raising the kids, and the car also belongs to him. So she's afraid that if they're not gonna allow him, then she's not gonna have anything or anybody to help her with the bills.
Tena kingine, huyu Violet tumehama apartment, tumefukuzwa. Nilimwambia huyu Nadia aenda kaulize apartment ya kwenda kuuliza, wakatufukuza, wakatuambia hawawezi kuishi na jambazi, tukafukuza kama mbwa. Tulipofukuzwa ndio tukaingia hapa, tumeona bei ni kubwa, ndio tumeamua kutaka kuhama. Mzee amesema hawezi kwa sababu bei ni kubwa, bora tuhame hapa, na tutakapohama tena kama kesi haijaisha, basi amesema hata hawezi kujilipa nyumba.
Okay, so she's saying that due to Violet's behaviors and everything that happened in the past with the apartments, they say they are not allowed, they were not allowed to get another apartment, and so that's why they moved here. But the bills are too much in this place, and that's the reason why they want to move to a different place. But the Ramadani says that he will not be responsible for them.
Tena kingine, waambie niko na karatasi nilizopewa na ofisi ya nyumba, wakanaambia popote watakaponiona vitambulisho vyangu wataviua kwa sababu ya Violet. Na tena walisema sio vya kwangu tu na vya Ramadhani kwa sababu ya Violet anabomoa nyumba za watu, anapitisha watu dirishani. Nina karatasi nilizopewa zimetoka mkompiwa.
So due to Violet's violence and their history of renting places, they say they're not gonna allow them to be living there because of her.
Tena tena ni mtu anayetembea usiku.
Where is he currently staying?
Ramadhani anaishi.
Ramadhani anaishi kwa mtoto wake, na mtoto wake ikanamfukuza tena.
So he lives with his son, but his son doesn't want him there either.
Hamutaki kwa sababu hamsaidii kulipa nyumba, nalipa hii nyumba yetu.
So the son doesn't want him there because all his money comes in this house, and he's not being able to help his son over there and pay for this place. So
tena kingine, wanisaidie kweli, namuomba jaji anisaidie aseme jambo kwa huyu mtoto wa kike. Kama ni kumchukua amchukue, na huyu Neema tena napenda kutoroka nyumbani, wanisaidie kwa hao watoto. Ninaposema swala la kunisaidia wananiambia wanapeleka watoto wote, nawaambia watoto ni wasumbufu, hawaendi shule, hawanisikii. Naomba jaji anisaidie. Nataka wawasaidie kama vile wanavyotaka. Mimi ni mama, nina
Okay, I need to know what she's saying. You all having a discussion doesn't help me. I need to know what she's saying.
Yes, yeah. I was trying to get her to shorten her sentences, but she's saying that she needs help to get Violet out, and Nema.
Yes.
And Nema, and because they don't want to go to school and they don't want to do anything, they're being disrespectful. And what else?
Does she just want us to just take those children? Take custody of those children?
Nilikuwa nataka wachukue Alex na Violet kwa sababu hawasikii kwenda shule. Wengine wote nawapeleka shule saa 1 kamili, wengine hawasikii.
She wants you to take Violet and Alex. And the rest just don't want to listen to her.
Your Honor, can I interrupt for 1 second?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Your Honor, the house that they rented, so the younger 3 are Juma's children. Violet and Alex are not.
Okay, let me ask you this. Is he paying any child support or any of those 3 children?
No, he's paying the rent.
Yeah, I
because
understand, but
technically
he's also threatening and he's holding that over her head. So have we referred her to the Attorney General?
Your Honor, I have not, because she's not trying to separate from him and she does not want to leave him.
Okay.
The house that she's talking about, they rented that house before the department came into the picture in October, November. They've already broken that lease if she's moved. And so this is a history of broken leases. That's why they're having issues renting. So go ahead and translate, Eve.
About the breaking of the lease.
So let her explain breaking the lease before the 1 year, before the term is up, and then explain that the older 2, that Juma does not want to care for Violet or Alex.
So inakaa mmekuwa mkivunja lease za apartments.
No, Violet ndo anavunja, sio sisi. Niko na karatasi zote nilizopewa na ofisi. Waende waulize apartment
Lease ni karatasi ya yenye inaandikwa kwa apartment.
Hatujavunja lease sisi. No.
She said they've never broken any lease.
Okay. And then, Your Honor, the other part is that Alex is 13 years old. The problem that she's talking about, I've been going to the home every morning to make sure Alex is up and she goes to school. This child goes to school. And that is the problem that she's having. We are working to get Violet out of the home.
Okay,
But
so
to place Alex into foster care.
well, I mean, what I'm hearing a wrapper of 2 children.
Yes, ma'am.
They're both under the age of 18. They're children.
Yes, ma'am.
Someone's got to have custody of them. So I don't know what the plan was with Violet, but I mean, don't we have to take custody?
Yes, ma'am, we can take custody of Alex.
What? No, I'm asking under the current plan for Violet, do we not still have to take custody of her to place her outside of the home unless she's going to be, mom is going to place her with a relative?
No, ma'am, that's what Job Corps, we're placing Alex in Job Corps. It's
Okay.
just that the waiting list, we've completed the paper, they're fast tracking her, they're doing her background checks. We're
got all
just
that.
waiting for her to be accepted and taken into Job Corps. That is the only alternative versus foster care.
Okay, I got that. I've got that on her. I'm not familiar with all their criteria or their program, but where will she live?
She will live at the Job Corps site. So she will actually be Job Corps' responsibility after that. She's going to complete a GED program and then they're going to get her technical training. But she will live, it's literally like she's going off to college. She is out of the home by her 17th birthday.
I understand, but until she's 18 years of age, someone has to have custody of her. I don't care what program she's in. So will mom be retaining legal custody of that child?
So the way we were working with her is, yes, ma'am, she would still have legal custody. The child would just be placed and would be removed from her home, which she said that was okay. She wanted Violet to have school and training. So for the past month or 2, mom was okay with that, allowing Violet to go to Job Corps.
Okay, so if you'll just tell mom the plan on Violet is still okay.
Yes, ma'am.
We'll still work in that direction. So if you'll just interpret that for her.
So bado wanafanya hiyo plan yenye ilikuwa ndio bado wataendelea nayo.
Plani gani?
what was the plan for her to go to the job
Job
corps?
Job Corps.
The paperwork that we've been working on.
Yeah, hiyo tu Nadia amekuwa akifanyia kazi ya kujaribu kumtoa na kumpeleka kwa hiyo
Naomba
program.
wanisaidie sana, maana anatembea usiku sana, tena nakuja nanuka vile vya kuvuta. Wanisaidie.
She says she needs help with her a lot because she goes out at night. She comes in late and she smells like she's been smoking weed.
Okay, well, we're working on getting her placed with the Job Corps.
So, wanamsaidia wanafanya kazi kumsaidia kutoka kwenda kwa hiyo job corps. Hiyo kazi.
Okay,
Kufanya kazi.
wamsaidie chenyewe. Nashukuru kwa kuwa wako namsaidia. Kingine wamshauri aachane na hayo mambo ya kuvuta, maana akiendelea kuyavuta hata huko shuleni hatasoma, ataleta matatizo.
So she's concerned about her smoking and
Okay.
it will not be helping and she needs help with that.
Okay, I tell her I understand that.
Anaelewa.
Tena
So Ms.
kingine,
Jeter,
Yes,
Ms.
ma'am.
Jeter, what do we do then if Valley decides she doesn't like Job Corps and she just leaves?
Your Honor, when I go to the house, that child does not smell like smoke, and I'm in the house almost every morning.
That's not my question. That is not my question, Ms. Jeter. Listen,
ma'am.
I'm already way behind today.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
had no idea we had these kind of issues brewing. I wish somebody would have let us know that we have a mess to deal with today.
Ma'am,
Because I don't have time on my docket. I'm going to keep lots of other people waiting. So I'm trying to pare this down. If Valley decides she doesn't like Job Corps and leaves, then what?
I don't know, ma'am.
Okay.
This was not an issue before court. Everything was fine before.
Your Honor, may I make a suggestion that we schedule a TMC? I'll attend with the interpreter and my client, and I will reset a hearing for this to update the court on a path forward.
It would be very helpful because what we need to explore is, can the department take custody and still put the child in Job Corps? Can she be placed in Job Corps? Is that an option for us? Because I'm very concerned if she doesn't stay, then the only person that still has custody is mom. And mom doesn't want her and mom's not going to let her in the house, and we're going to be looking at a real fast turnaround wrapper.
Yes,
Judge, I
Your
don't
Honor.
know that I don't know that we can't do that. Like Ms. Jeter, I wasn't aware of this as an issue, but to answer your question, I don't know that we can't place with the department and then have her go to Job Corps.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm talking about custody with not just placement, I'm talking custody. I mean,
Yes.
this sounds like she wants to wrap her 2 children, and that's what I want to make sure she understands that. So no, I think we need to just recess the hearing today. Let everybody meet with mom to really talk about what this means. And, then we have the further problem of, are we going to allow this man to come back in the home with the 3 younger children? I get it. They're his kids, but do we have a concern about that? And, what does that look like? Because he's holding her hostage over the money. So I apologize, but I'm sorry, y'all. I don't think number one, I'm not sure we can sort this all out today sitting here. Unless you want me to just issue some pretty drastic orders, which I'll do if that's what we want to do, but.
No, ma'am, I didn't know she wanted to wrap her, Alex.
Well, I want to give her the benefit of the doubt and have legal counsel explain to her exactly what's going on before I just pull a trigger that she can't undo. So.
I'll circulate a meeting time, Your Honor, after I get off of here and get everyone together offline and then get with Miss Katie to reset a hearing to update the court.
We probably need to go ahead and get a reset date right now.
Okay.
So it doesn't linger, because we're just going to be recessing and recalling this, and it can't, we don't need it to drag for a long time.
Yes, ma'am.
So, but I do appreciate the suggestion, and I think it's a good one, and I think it's what we need to do. Otherwise, I'm in a position of having to, I think, do something pretty quick and pretty drastic today.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, ma'am.
She's looking at March 31st at 1:30.
Ms.
I can
Ruiz,
I can do that.
can you check Jared's schedule, please?
I can make that date work.
It looks good for Mr. Miller at the moment.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, and Mr. Graff is just standing in. This isn't his case, so I mean, I think it's just better all the way around. So, all right, we're gonna recess where we are. If you'll just explain to Mom, we want to get everybody together to talk about these things, and then we'll come back and finish this hearing.
So wataeka kila mtu pamoja alafu waongee juu ya hii kesi kwa sababu imekuwa na vitu mingi ndani yake na wanataka kukaa chini waongee juu yake, alafu wataamua baadaye, kwa sasa hawana kitu yenye itasaidia.
Mimi kama wamesema hivyo, ninachoweza kusema tu, wangefanya familia ikarudi pamoja. Tena kingine, kama watanisaidia basi Violet hakuna shida. Naona kuwa Neema atabadilika kama Violet hayupo.
She's saying Violet will be, Neema will be better if Violet is not here, and she's just requesting for help.
I understand,
Violet.
and we're gonna do something, tell her we're gonna do something quickly, but she needs to, I want her to talk to her lawyer about it, so she understands what has to happen.
Okay, so itabidi utaongea na lawyer wako ndo ujue kenye itakuwa inaendelea.
Anipigie simu mwenyewe maana sijui English.
Yeah, she say
Atakuwa ananipigia simu maana sijui English mimi.
oh, so she's concerned about her not being able to speak English with her lawyer.
And I'll make sure that I set a time when you are available to assist me with speaking with her.
Atajaribu kuweka saa yenye mimi naweza kuwa hapa nikusaidie na kuongea naye.
Sawa, kingine naomba tu wanisaidie, waambie samahani, mimi sikuwa naita polisi. Kuna mara watoto walikuwa wanachukua simu yangu wanaita polisi kama ninamepotea. Mara nyingi tumeita kwa sababu ya huyo mtoto wa kike alikuwa ameondoka ndani ya nyumba na anaenda anatoroka kila wakati.
So she's just apologizing about like calling the police. She says most of the time it's not her calling the cops, it's the other kids that does that.
And would you let her know that we're finished with the hearing for today, but that I will call her this afternoon through you to set a time to speak with her further?
So kwa sasa imeshamalizika, lakini atakupigia baadaye.
Ms. Grant,
Okay.
do you want me to put you in a breakout room so you could go ahead and talk to her about a time?
Naweza kuuliza jambo moja tu.
She has a question.
Hang on just a minute.
Niongee.
Ms. Grant, you're muted. I don't know if you,
My apologies. I'm sorry, Judge. My phone rang and it cut out.
do you want me to put you in a breakout room with her so you all can talk about a time?
Yes, please.
Okay. So I'm gonna put you all in a private room where you all can talk about this and when you're gonna speak further, okay? All
Thank
right,
you,
then.
Judge.
All right, that'll conclude what we're doing today. We'll be in recess and I'll see everybody back on March 31st. That will be at 1:30. So we'll try to make sure we've got plenty of time to do what we need to do that day.
Thank you, Your
Okay.
Honor.
Ms. Grant, let me get you all into a breakout room. All right. On Mom's device, there's gonna be a prompt. And that's gonna be go to room 1. You can say join. Okay. All right. I thank you all very much.
Thank you, Your Honor. This is the last matter I have. If I'll sign off with your permission.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it. Thank you for
Thank you.
joining us and covering.
You're welcome.
Thank you, ma'am. Have a good day.
Ms. Jeter, please don't take this that I'm chewing on you. I'm not. I'm just, the court was not even aware mom needed an interpreter. I mean, we've had some things really fall through the cracks. So I'm glad that we had someone available for mom to interpret, but we generally speaking, we got to know when a parent needs one. And I understand you didn't know all this prior to the hearing, so please don't take this that I'm jumping down your throat.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. I just, I thought everything was going well with the plan with Violet. I was just blindsided
Yeah.
by her trying to wrap her Alex.
No,
The foster care system is there's just a lot going on with this case.
Well, there's some other dynamics going on other than
Yes.
obviously what you knew, but I'm
Um,
very concerned about where the family's going to be if Mr. Juma pulls the plug, so to speak. So
Yes, ma'am.
we've got that issue that we need to take a serious look at.
Miss Jeter, what language does the mom speak? Is it Swahili?
Yes, she does.
Okay, I'm just going to make a note so that I can make sure to schedule someone.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, I appreciate it. Thank y'all.
Okay, thank you. Have a good day.
In the interest of Eileen Phillips. Okay, we are here on an initial permanency hearing. We are conducting this through Zoom. We're live streaming, and Ms. Galvan's making our record. All right, we'll go ahead and take announcements.
Yes, Todd Walker with the Department of Family and Protective Services. Our permanency specialist today is Shelby Brady, and our supervisor for the day is Venice Mincy.
Bethany Stevens for the mother, Sierra Phillips. I do not see her, and I have not been able to get in contact with her recently.
All right, she is not in the waiting room.
Vince Nowak on behalf of William Meek. He will not be joining us, but I had a long conversation with him yesterday, Judge.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Stacy Zavala on behalf of Eileen.
All right, Ms. Brady, if you'll unmute and raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm that you will tell us the truth today?
Yes.
Okay. All right, if you want to give us an update, then we'll see who's got questions for you.
Okay. First baby's doing good. She has been sick recently with ear infections, and so they're working on getting her referred to an ENT just to make sure that everything's okay with her getting kind of back-to-back ear infections. But she's doing good, meeting all of her milestones. Otherwise, she's still very easily soothed and happy baby. Doing great, starting to roll over now and trying foods as she's coming up on 6 months. Mom is has been starting to work services. She's completed her psychosocial. She has completed one therapy session, and she has another therapy session scheduled for today. And then I had sent a request for her to start parenting, and so I guess she emailed them back last night. So they're working on getting in contact to start parenting now. She has a parent support worker that is also assigned to her. She had expressed that she just really needs some additional help, and so I requested a parent support worker be assigned to her. I do not know that they have had contact officially, but I do know that the worker had reached out and Sierra had provided her phone number to her. Sierra has not drug screened for me since November, and in November she was positive for methamphetamines and marijuana. She has virtual 1-hour visits with the baby on Thursdays, but she has not attended any visits since December. She has reported that she has a lot of issues with her phone, and even on her therapy visit, she ended up just talking over the phone instead of doing a video because of having issues with her phone. I did speak to her even this morning about court today and encouraged her to get with Bethany about court so that she could be able to attend, and she said that she would get with her but since she has the issues with the video, I was like, I don't know if you need any help attending. And so she didn't say that she did need any help, but that she would get with her attorney. And then I think that's all for Sierra. For William, he is in jail. Again, he was released. He was arrested in Lubbock and then booked back into arrested again and booked into Potter. He was on probation. With his probation, there is a no contact order in place between him and Sierra. However, they still continue to have contact. Sierra says that she contacts him and reaches out to him, and she's scared of him. He says that she reaches out to her or to him. And so that, but then he has completed some jail courses that he's working on getting me the actual names of them so I can include that. But he has never drug screened for the department. And he has not had any visits. I did try to set them up while he was out of jail, but he wasn't able to be contacted by his phone number for very long after. So we were not able to get those virtual visits set up. Let's see what else. Then the last thing is for the home study. The home study is now completed. I actually just received an email saying that it was approved by our director. We put a KSE in place, and it took so long because we were waiting on director approval due to an arrest by one of the members on the home study in 2018. And so we had to do some follow-up and had an issue getting some records at some point in time.
Who is it
But
on?
now that's completed. Noah Meek and Stuart Williams. They are paternal. Noah Meek is paternal brother.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so now that's approved, but I just got that email.
Are we looking at placement?
We are. I have talked to, so I haven't talked to them since approval, but I talked to Noah and Stuart, and they were saying that they would, they're okay with kind of figuring it out. They will need like a little bit just to make sure it goes like smooth transition. So I don't have a specific date yet, but I'll talk to them in placement and figure out what date works best and talk to Amy's attorney.
Do we have genetic testing back?
Yes, paternity testing did come back, and William was found to be the father.
Okay. Because I knew that was another issue on that.
Yes. Yeah, and that did take a while. We were waiting.
Okay. All right. Anything else?
I can't think of anything on that.
Okay. Ms. Stevens, any questions?
Just one. Shelby, the goal has changed to adoption at this point, correct?
Yes, we have switched the goals. We did a goal change, and so now the primary is adoption to a relative or fictive kin, and the concurrent is family reunification.
And since you, my client contacts you more than she contacts me, have you let her know about that goal change?
I was trying to speak with her about it in person. I was supposed to meet with her on Friday, and she stopped answering me, and so I have not advised her. Due to her mental health, I thought it was best to talk to her in person, so I haven't talked to her about it yet.
Oh, that's fine. And would you be surprised that literally I never hear back from her when I leave messages or emails?
No, I would not be surprised, unfortunately. I do encourage her every time I talk with her to reach out to you. She did kind of disappear on me for a little bit. I don't know if y'all want me to share necessarily about the specifics of kind of where she's bounced around about just due to the DV circumstances, but I mean, nobody's here, so I can't. But she was staying with another friend, and I ended up going to that place, and he provided me her new phone number, and that's how I kind of started getting in contact with her again over the last month. So.
And you have provided me with that new phone number, correct?
Correct. Yes.
And since nobody's here right now, and I'll ask the court to make sure that nobody leaks this information. Where is she
We're on
staying?
YouTube. We're on YouTube.
Oh, okay, then never mind. Pass the witness.
You all can certainly speak. I'm happy to put you in a break room following.
No, I knew the answer. I just was going to get the court to know the answer, but I'll pass the witness.
Okay. All right, okay, Mr. Nowak, any questions?
Just real fast. Thank you so much, Judge Shelby. It's good to see you. I was able to speak to William yesterday, and he told me three things. And I understand that his situation is a little bit different because his future is uncertain. But he told me he wants to go to rehab, he wants to work services, and he does not want his rights to be terminated. Is that consistent with what he's told you?
Yes.
Has he been able to complete any services while he's in jail?
He has completed some of like the online courses that they offer. He didn't know the specific names of them, so I told him that I'll mail him a letter that he can mail me back the specific names.
And is there any sort of packet that y'all have that you give inmates that says this is what you can do while you're incarcerated?
Yes, and I had previously sent that to him, so I'll be resending that to him now.
If you could email that to me as well, just so I could get a look at what it is, that'd be real helpful.
Absolutely.
Judge, that's all I have. And Shelby, thank you so much. I'll pass the witness.
Thank you.
Ms. Zavala, any questions?
No questions, Your Honor. I'm really glad to hear about the home study. And I know that Shelby will forward it on. It sounds like it was just approved. I'd love to be in the loop as to, that transition and things like that, but I'm glad to hear about the home study. And Eileen is doing really well, needs to look at some ENT issues, but is doing really well.
Okay. All right, anybody have anything further?
Judge, sorry to interrupt. We would ask that Mr. Meeks be adjudicated the father based upon the paternity testing.
Already got that in my notes, got some drug testing to order. So, okay then, I'm gonna adjudicate William Meek as the father of Eileen Phillips and establish the parent-child relationship between the two of them. Okay, I'm gonna order Ms. Phillips to drug test. That'll be hair and UA by 4 p.m. on whatever day Ms. Brady is able to notify her. So if that's not today, just whatever day you do, it needs to be by 4 that day. I'm gonna set an early final in the case, find that there's a continuing danger to return the child home to either parent at this time, find that neither parent is in compliance with their service plan, and sounds like we've got a good placement with the paternal uncle. So hopefully that can happen pretty soon. So Miss Katie will give us, let's see, I'll just go ahead and set it for the June 30th, 2026. That'll be on a 9 o'clock docket that day. All right. I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. And if you're done with this, have a good rest of your day. If not, I'm happy to put you back in the waiting room. I'll call cause numbers 95419D in the interest of Malaysia Butler. Cause number 99951E in the interest of Malia Coleman. Cause number 100318E in the interest of Messiah Woods. We're here today on initial permanency hearings in each case. We are conducting this through Zoom. We're live streaming. Ms. Galvan's making our record this morning. All right, we'll go ahead and take announcements.
Okay, Todd Walker for the Department of Family and Protective Services. The permanency specialist will be Kayla Stone. The supervisor for the day is Venice Mincy.
Vince Nowak on behalf of the mother, Desiree Coleman. We're both here and ready, Judge.
Stacey
TD Hammonds on behalf.
Sorry, TD.
TD Hammonds on behalf of Eric Woods. Judge, I've tried to get a hold of him. I can't reach him on the number that I have, so I don't know if he's going to join us today or not.
We'll see what we can find out for you.
Stacey Zavala on behalf of all children. I do understand that Messiah's juvenile matter has resolved. However, if we're going to go into any details about that, I would ask that we go off of YouTube. If we're going to stay away from that discussion, there would be no need to go off of YouTube.
Okay, I guess we'll see if we start getting into it, then we'll deal with it. Okay, I do not have Mr. Butler, Mr. Hood, nor Mr. Woods in the waiting room. All right, then, Ms. Scone, if you'll raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm that you'll tell us the truth today?
I do.
Okay, all right, I'm gonna let you give us an update and then we'll see what questions we have.
Okay, perfect. I will start with the children. So Messiah, I won't go into details, but he was at the youth center starting in December, and he was released on the 18th. So he is back in his kinship placement with Olivia Woods as of the 18th. He's returned to his school. He is doing good now that he is home. Everything's good there. And then Malaysia and Malaya, they are still at their foster placement in Lubbock. They are doing fairly well. Malaysia is starting speech therapy twice a week. She will also be doing occupational therapy once a week. Malaya, she's doing well in school. She's able to recognize more of her numbers and her letters. Let's see, in Malaysia, she is still taking some medication to help with some ADHD and behavioral issues. She has had some outbursts where she's hit some teachers and some staff members, but they are working on that with her. Other than that, the children are doing good. And then Desiree, she's doing really well. She has completed almost all of her services. I believe we're just missing her TPC assessment and her OSAR. Other than that, everything is done. She's been drug screening for me. Her drug screen for last month, her UA came back clean. Her hair follicle was right at the cutoff line for being positive, but other than that, she's doing really well. Maintaining housing, she started a job as of a month ago, and just really doing well with her services. Eric is at the Randall County Jail on a federal charge. He doesn't know when he'll be getting out anytime soon. He has done, I think, a few classes he said there. And he said he'll try and get the names of them so I can get the certificates for those. Robert Butler is still at the Pampa unit. He, I speak to him once a month, but he is not supposed to be getting out until, I believe, 2036. And Robert Hood is, I'm not sure. He has not been in contact with me since November. Last I heard, he was working in Laredo. But he has not responded to any of my calls or texts, so I'm not 100% sure.
You said Mr. Butler's release date was 2036?
I believe so. It's in the 2030s later.
Okay. All right. Anything further?
I don't think so.
Okay. All right then. Mr. Nowak, we'll start with you.
Not a whole lot to cover this time. Kayla, thanks for working so hard with Desiree on all this stuff. And when I talked to her yesterday, she said she did have her OSAR scheduled.
Okay.
And I'm not sure on the TPC, but we need to get those scheduled, follow the OSAR assessment and TPC and move from there. But other than that, would you agree that Ms. Coleman is in compliance?
I do agree.
Excellent. Judge, that's all I have. Thank you so much. And thank you, Kayla.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's see. Mr. Hammonds.
Kayla, is it your understanding that Eric got out of the Potter County Jail and then he got arrested again for a federal charge?
No, they picked him up on a federal charge. When he was at Potter, he thought he was going to be released soon, but they picked up one of his charges was a federal charge. So they transferred him straight to Randall County. So he was never released.
Okay, so he was waiting for a decision from parole, and in the meantime, the feds put a hold on him.
Yes.
Okay, well, Judge, I will call him then at the Randall County Jail, and the next time I'll at least have a little more information. I did not realize that's where he was.
Okay. All right. Anything else?
No.
Okay, Ms. Zavala.
Your Honor, I got to meet with both girls at their placement in Lubbock on Saturday. They both seem to be doing well. I'm really glad that Malaysia's getting that speech therapy. Her speech is getting some better already, but she does have a long way to go, and she really needs that therapy. They are placed together. They seem to be doing very well. In talking to the girls, I was like, oh, yay, you get a visit with mom in just a few hours. And Malaya was very excited about that. Malaysia just kept saying no, that she, but couldn't explain why she didn't want to participate. I told staff to set it up, make sure she has the opportunity to participate. I hope that she did. It was kind of unclear as to why she was having so much pushback on that visit. And then Messiah seems to be doing very well back at home with grandmother. Very glad that those charges have been dismissed and that he is back at school. And all of the children seem to be doing well.
Okay. All right, then. Sounds like we're on a good path with mom. That's great. So I'll continue the department as temporary managing conservator, and I'll continue the children's current placements. Find a continuing danger to return the children home at this time, but that mother is in compliance with her family plan of service. I find that Mr. Butler, Mr. Hood, and Mr. Woods are not in compliance. We will have our next review hearing June 30th of 2026. That'll be on a 9 o'clock docket. I'm very hopeful that by that hearing date, we will have been staffing and looking at reunification with mom if things continue the way they have. So hope we're well on our way at that point. All right, Ms. Coleman, kind of wind down these other few things. Sounds like you're working on it. You're doing great. I'm really pleased with the progress you've made and in the, relatively short amount of time you've had. So just keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. All right, then. I'll see everybody back June 30th.